Hello! Today we are going to learn the single crochet. Single crochet is one of the very first stitches that most crocheters learn. It is the foundation of a lot of projects, and once you know how to single crochet, you can do awesome things like amigurumi, blankets, scarves, hats, all of the crochet things. And if learning on just a regular hook has proven a little difficult, we are going to also learn on a large hook. We'll use the same yarn and we'll see how they both work out. And let's get started. Now that we have our slip knot on our hook, we are going to start our chain. We are going to take the working yarn. The working yarn is over here. This what is attached to our ball, our cake, our skein. And notice that I'm also holding the tail that we created with the slip knot. I'm kind of pinching it between my thumb and my pointer finger, so it kind of stays in place. It's not gonna move around. We're gonna hold on to it, and then we're gonna take this working yarn. Again, I pinch it, yarn over, so hook goes underneath the yarn over, and then I grab that tail and I let it slip through. So let's do that again. We're going to take the working yarn over. Notice that I'm rotating my hook so that it hooks that yarn, and I'm pulling it through. Yarn over, pull it through. Yarn over, pull it through. Once you start having a little bit more, it's a lot easier to do it one-handed. You kind of just feed the yarn up, and you go for as long as you want your chain. I'm going to do about 15, so let's go back and let's count what we have and make sure we're straight here. 1, 2, we're counting these top loops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we are not counting the loop that is on our hook. This is not a chain. We are only counting these. So we are at 9, let's get to 15. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Perfect. Now with a single crochet, we are going to skip that first chain that we made, that last chain we made. So again, not this, but the one that is right next to it, right there. We are skipping it, and then we're going to go into this next chain. So no, yes, and we are going to put our hook through it. So we have this, which was on our hook. We've gone through the stitch. We are going to yarn over, and we are going to again kind of rotate the hook, pull it through, and you have 2. And then you are going to yarn over, pull through 2. So there we have our first little single crochet. So again, we're going to go into the next one. We are going to put our hook through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. All right, a little bit more yarn here. And we are going to go into the next stitch. We are going to put the hook through, yarn over, pull through. We have the 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we are working along. We're going to keep doing that till we get to the last chain, and then we will start the second row. Pull through 2. Go in, yarn over, pull through 2. Into the loop, yarn over, push it into the chain, and you have the 2, pull through 2. So into the chain, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Into the chain, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Let's get a little bit closer here. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. I like to have the tail kind of just hanging out down here. Gives me a little bit of stability as I'm going along. So again, we're going to go through the chain, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Getting near the end here, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. All right, we're to our last chain. Again, we're only worried about the top, guys, for this. Yarn over, or sorry, go through the chain, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Pull up a loop there, and we are going to show you the work we had. Now, notice that I was a little loose there, so we have a bit of a funky looking row. So to count and make sure, we are going to, remember we skipped that first one, so instead of the 15 we chained, we should have 14 stitches. So we're gonna kind of move it so we have a top view here, and notice that we have these little V's, these nice little V stitches. In fact, let's kind of put our hook through that so you can see a little bit better there. We have these V's, and those are our stitches. So remember, this guy does not count. So we are going to count V's. 1 V, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the big one, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and this little guy can get confusing. This is 14. This is the beginning. You have a V. So what we're going to do, now that we're at the end of the row, we are going to chain 1. So again, yarn over, pull through, and we are going to turn. See that? Super easy, just like you're turning a page in a book. You are just doing that. And now we are going to work this way. So where the tail was over here, now the tail is going to be over here. So let's do that again. And we are going to go into that very first one. Don't get confused. This is the chain we just did. This little guy, he is not a stitch. We are ignoring him. He's just helping us get a little height as we go on to the next row. So this right here is our first stitch. And now we are going to make sure we are going underneath both V's. Remember how each of these stitches have a V. We're going to go underneath that V, and we're going to yarn over. And remember, turn your hook so it catches it. Pull up. You have those 2 again. Yarn over, pull through 2. Perfect. So the next one, if it's hard this way, make sure you just turn it up to the top. You're going to go through those V stitches, pull through, pull through. So under the V's, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Again, under the V, yarn over, pull through. You have 2, pull through 2. So we're going to do that to the end of our row. Under the V, yarn over, pull through. And you can tell now that it's not as dramatic of a yarn over as it was before. The way I hold my yarn, and it's different for everybody. This is just the way that I hold mine. I have it underneath there, and I have it there. So just like this. I go through, and I really don't have to throw my yarn over. It's just kind of there. So I can pull it and pull it through. Pull it through. Perfect. Pull through 2, put down the last few. Pull through 2. Push through, yarn over, put 2, through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Now, if you get to the end here and you can't remember it, hey, is this a stitch? Just remember to go back and count. So we're going to flip it. So we have our V's again, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We should have 14. and that is a V. We're going to go through it. Oop. Yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Now it is pretty natural for it to kind of make a little bit of a rainbow shape. As you get going along, it'll start to flatten out a little bit, and you also, that's a great indication of I definitely chained tightly. A good tip to get rid of that is to do your chain with the next size up. So instead of a 5.5 millimeter, I would have done up to 6. And then for the rows themselves, I would have switched back to this. So let's do one more row together, and then we will show how to do this on the big. So we're at the end. This is not a stitch. We're not going into this little guy. We're going to chain 1 and then like a book. Grab the yarn, and we're going into this first one, that first V, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over 1, yarn over through 2, yarn over 1, yarn over 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Ooh. And if you feel like you have a little bit of a big loop, you can just kind of tighten your yarn a little bit and kind of wiggle it, and it'll get back to where it is. Don't do it so much that it's super, super tight though. Through 1, through 2, 1, 2. Yarn over through 1, yarn over through 2. And we're doing these V stitches. Line there, little V's on top. And that is 1. This is not 1. And again, if you are confused, go back and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and we need 14. So we're getting that last one. Yarn over through 1, yarn over through 2. Oops. And we are just going to pull that up, and there you have it. That is 3 rows of single crochet. Now let's get that big hook in here. All right, spoiler alert. I had started showing how this is worked up on my 15 millimeter hook, and I don't believe this is helpful at all. So we are going to switch from a 15 millimeter to, let's see, let's try a 10 millimeter. That might show up a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're just going to easily pull that out. We're going to start back with our chain, whoop, and yarn over, and oh, so much better. We are going to chain. So yarn over, pull through, 3, ooh, 4, gotta loosen up my tension, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do 12, 10, 11, and 12. So you can see that these are definitely a little bit looser of a chain than the other was with the same yarn. Same size yarn, I should say, different yarn. So what we're going to do, remember, is we're skipping this first and going into the second. This does not count as a chain. This is the first one from the hook, this is the second from the hook, and we are skipping the first one, and we're going to go into that top little loop right there, and we are going to yarn over, pull through 1, and we have 2, yarn over, pull through 2. There we have our first little single crochet, and again we are going to go into the next chain, that top part. I'm going to go through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Go on the third, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, if you get thrown off, look at the loop. If there is a stitch in it, don't go into this one, go into the next one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, yarn over 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and into that last one right here. Don't try to go into this knot. This is not a stitch. We're going to go to this last one, push through, pull through, and through 2. Pull up a little bit of a loop. So that is our single crochet. So we're going to flip it over to the top. We're going to count our V's. We should have 11 because we skipped that 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Woohoo! So to go to the second row, we're going to chain. Let's do that a little bit better in the camera angle, huh? Yarn over, chain. And then, like a book, we are flipping the yarn, our fabric. Don't go into this chain. This chain does not exist. Just ignore it. Again, this is just to help us get height. So, ignore this guy. We're going into this one, which is the V. Yes, this looks like it has a V, but it is the chain. So we're going into this first stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Get a little bit more yarn out here. Again, we're going under the V's. It's so much easier after you get past the chain row. Pull through 2. Push, yarn over, pull through 2. Go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, I kind of hold the fabric that the stitches that we just made, I kind of hold it in my hands, a little bit more stability. I have my yarn like this, and I also am just kind of pinching down here. Then we're going through, and I don't really have to do a dramatic yarn over like before because the way I hold my yarn, it's right there. So it's really just kind of grabbing it, twisting my hook, pulling it through. And then that's a yarn over. But the initial yarn over is right there. So you're just kind of turning your hook to capture it and pull it through. Now we'll do it a little bit slower because sometimes as you get going, you'll miss it and you'll get frustrated. You'll pull parts of it and it's annoying. Just make sure you're pulling it through. And for the first little bit, if you have to kind of like hold it like that and really pinch it tight, that's okay. We will worry about tension later. Tension is how hard, like how tight or how loose you hold your stitches. So a tight tension would be if I was super, super tight. You see how much smaller that is? Or if I had a loose tension, then I'm like up here. I would go through and I'd be super loose. And it makes it this huge stitch. You'll get a feel of how this works for you, and that tension will get better over time. Through, and then over to the last one, turn over, pull through two. And again, this little guy can be deceptive. You're like, oh, should I go through that? It kind of looks like it could be. Just go back and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I like the little circles it makes on the table. All right, so there you have it, single crochet with the correct size hook. And it's a little bit denser of a fabric, and then single crochet with a size 10, same yarn, same size yarn, but definitely a little bit looser. If we hold it up, you can see, ooh, these hooks are flying everywhere. But this is longer with the bigger hook, and also this is 3 rows and this is only 2, and if you look, they match up. So again, we are finished here with our single crochet. You can see that this is just a denser fabric overall, and it is fantastic for dishcloths, for hats, for a really cozy warm blanket, which will take forever because this is not a lot of height on a stitch, but I hope you enjoyed learning how to do a single crochet, and I will catch you next time.